what up? How the heck is it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Let me just close this really fast. Sick. Okay, so today I want to finish up this song, and to be completely honest with you, it's kind of finished. It really is just kind of getting into the nitty and gritty with, getting these fills in here where fills are needed. I did a little bit of work off stream. Not too much though, but I'll show you what I did. One thing that I did was I was trying to think of vocal melody ideas. And so this is what you're seeing here. These are just kind of some vocal ideas. Which, just rough ideas. I already took it into already took it taken already put it inside of SynthV. That's what I was trying to say. And I was already refining it, and so I look forward to being able to show you that once that's finished up and ready to go. I'll be sure to show you that once it's ready to go. It's kind of tedious. It's a tedious process to kind of like make sure that things are timed right and it doesn't sound cheesy, and there's some lyrics in there, and you could see that it's kind of a not really too complicated, but there's a lot of parts in there, as you can tell. But it really is just like melodies. I can kind of show you really quick. Masak, what up, dude? And so again, it's literally just like a little flute. It's just Serum with Valhalla Shimmer, which I just got today, and I'm so glad that I got this. This thing is this is what I've been needing for a while. And so again, I'm really glad that I got it. Other things that I did was I made like a little bridge break thing here, which is pretty cool. I'll show you that, but what we can do is probably just kind of get a little context check going here. And then I did an outro, which I'm not sure why this is doing this. Actually, I think I do know why this is doing this. Is because I have a break in here. But what I need to do is probably do something like probably grab this. However, I'm just going to do this for now. And then, we'll refine it or whatever here. Yeah, because it ends here on both of them. Okay. Oh, wait, actually. Yeah. I'll just do this for now. Sweet. Okay, so a lot of these parts, kind of just going back to the whole like starting a metal song from a certain, when you get to a certain point where you're going to start writing out these parts, and if you have a structure laid out like this, which I highly recommend that you do, that's going to be the biggest way to get out of your like little riff loop. You're basically just going to write out a riff, and whatever comes out, sometimes you can't really dictate what's going to come out. And so, for example, my thing was like a verse or like that intro muted thing. And so the intro muted turned into the verse, without guitars. And so that's where my song started this time. Sometimes it'll start with like a chorus. And so I basically put intro muted and verse 1. And then I was like, okay, a chorus will probably come 2 bars or whatever. And then intro open, verse 2, and then I just started to lay it out. And then as you lay it out, you're going to realize, oh, I already have a verse. So let's just put it into verse 2. And then we have to write a chorus because it's 2 bars, right? So then we kind of add some of our elements that we already have in here to keep a theme. You could see I have my pluck going almost the whole time, which is not a bad thing because you can hear, and actually it's the opposite. Sometimes you can't even really tell that it's there. It's just another layer keeping the theme throughout the song, right? But it's giving you, same thing with this pad, it's giving you another, like a level. Like for example, in the chorus, I started with just putting these in here. And then I was like, okay, well, let's try to see if there's some cool drums that I can grab from a groove pack, That was another way to kind of get out of the riff loop without really trying to overthink it. And then that inspired, oh, let's go back into the intro open, And so it's not hard to get out of the riff loop if you have a structure and you kind of build guidelines for yourself. Now, when it comes to, making a bridge, whenever you feel like you're getting stuck, and whenever I feel like I'm getting stuck, I will literally reach for a drum groove. And that drum groove will like start the race, you know what I mean? In terms of just getting things layered out and stuff like that. But you can see there's no drums in here, but it's actually this. This is my little electronic drum from the beginning. So let's get a little bit of a context check so you can see and keep an eye out for these things here, and see what they are. So you could see, I mean, the song is basically done, and you can hear that there's not a lot of parts in it, you know? Um, you can get as crazy or as simple as you want in terms of how many parts that you have. However, I realize that it's better to go back to these themes fairly often, because it's the vocals that are also carrying a theme, but they are, um, I think maybe the right word is like distracting you from making it sound like it's just the same thing, you know, so many times, and it goes back, and you know. Um, but this is kind of like, this is how it is, and I think that this is a good way to start off with, um, again, getting out of your riff loop, because again, start your riff. That's the biggest thing. Find out what your riff is, and then put your riff where it should go. For example, like the chorus, you know. Then, you know, like, okay, so my chorus is going to start here, or maybe I'll start with the chorus. The chorus is going to be my intro. And then after that, then you start laying out your structure. And if you are not sure about structures or what structures you should use, blah, 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 I don't know any structures, well, go listen to your favorite bands and listen to how they structure their song. And it's okay to like get influenced by their structure, you know, take their structure, because you're only taking their structure. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there, including myself, who make an attempt to write like a certain band. For example, we just did Sound Like Bad Omens, and we took their structure. Well, by taking their structure, it taught me some things, and it forced me to think about how I can, you know, structure my songs going forward. Because for me, what I learned from there, from the Bad Omens thing, was there's a lot of breaks in that song. That specific song that I was inspired by, which was The Gray. There's a lot of breaks in there, and it's like, okay, I'll try that, you know? And so it forced me to kind of like think outside of my normal structure, which is usually roughly something like this. And so you can see, because I got influenced, I had this break here with nothing in it, no drums or anything, and it was just kind of like a slow pad. And then something like this where, you know, it's a little naked. And so you're just taking and you're removing and adding elements to create a part. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're adding guitars. Sometimes you're removing guitars and then adding guitars in the second bar, you know? And so it's really not that crazy. You can get crazy, you know, some things, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just kind of just let my mind and intuition take me where it wants to go. And that's how songs like Vega come out, you know, like this song here. This happened because I wasn't really thinking about structure. I wasn't too worried about structure, and I was just literally just letting my intuition, you know, take the wheel. And oh, that sounds cool, or that sounds cool, or like, you know, it could have been like a drum groove that caused this next like turn here, and now we're going this way on this completely different journey that you wouldn't have went on if you hadn't grabbed that drum groove or whatever, you know. The song here, which if you've been here, then you have heard this song because we made it on stream. Let's play the wave one. I'll play just a few minutes of this, just so you can hear it. See if you can hear the structures. And so you can hear there's like it's structured and then it kind of just goes where it wants, you know? And I'm not I'm not mad at that. I don't hate when that happens, you know, because that's how like progressive rock and like prog rock, that's kind of what happens. You know, you go on this journey for a little while and like I'm okay with that. With this one, I want it to be a little bit more structured. I'm trying to get a little bit more structured in these like songs lately that I'm doing because again, I just got Synth V, and so I want to be able to have um, good placements for vocals and stuff like that. You know, I really want to try to start thinking like a vocalist when I'm writing songs, even more than I have been, um, to then be able to write stuff over it. The cool thing about Synth V is like I can write out these little melody parts in MIDI, take that into Synth V and put in some lyrics and, you know, fine tune it. It's actually really fun. I hope to showcase that one day once I get better at it, but I literally just got it. Um, and so again, the biggest thing that I think that you could take away from this is there's a few things. Start wherever you want. Figure out whatever it is that you just made, figure out what that is, and place it where it should go in the song. After you start thinking about a structure. Don't know a structure? Go find a song that you like. Write down that structure. Or even what I'll do is I'll throw on Spotify and I'll be like, okay, sounds like 2 bars. Then I'll do this, then this, and this, and this. And then next thing you know, you have a structure. Then you grab your chorus or whatever you made, boom, put it there. Then you have to start just building around it. But then you got to think about choruses twice to 3 times. In my song, it's 3 times. It's like 3.5 times. And so boom, boom, boom. And let me write a verse. Okay, verse is done. Verse 1, verse 2. I could put that twice, add a variation to my second verse, you know? And so you shouldn't ever get stuck in a riff loop. You shouldn't. If you're doing the back end kind of work, you know what I mean, to um, keep that ball rolling, you know. And so I mean that's really the biggest takeaways from these. I think what I'll probably do from here is just so we can start something fresh, possibly tomorrow. Well, maybe tomorrow, Saturday. However, I am going to hang out with with the boys over on Twitch for a little bit. Again, I just thought I would show you how I finished the song that I was working on yesterday, and to inspire you and let you know that you can do this too, you know? If you set these little guidelines and rules for yourself, you'll definitely be able to do this as well. If you do have any like troubles or anything like that, or if you have questions or how did you do this, how did you do that, throw them in the comments. We have a Discord community that is growing by the day. Very, very awesome. I also have a Patreon, so if you want some templates or some presets or anything like that, I plan on making like a drum fill pack at some point for the Get Good Drum homies. But another thing that I am going to be adding as well is some more multi-tracks. You know, I did a Sounds Like White Pony, and then I did a Sounds Like Linkin Park, so I need to put the Linkin Park one in there. And then I need to put the Bad Omens one in there, which again I just finished. And we have some like rough vocals for, and so that'll be in there, so you can mix everything, including vocals, which is really awesome. I'm really glad that I'm able to be able to provide something like that. Again, some Serum presets, which is actually one of the presets is this here. Just a nice little bass, but you can use it as other things, you know what I mean? I just have this underneath doing some sub. And so there's stuff like that in there. But I really appreciate you guys, YouTube homies. Thank you guys for watching the VODs and stuff like that. I'll be back probably day after tomorrow to start something new. What that is, not sure. But it'll be something cool, I promise. And it'll probably be hopefully something that I learned, something new. I don't know. But thank you guys again for watching. I super appreciate you guys. If you want to still hang out, I'll be over on Twitch. Twitch is in the description. But until next time.